Yet I'm surprised that the Xenos is still alive. Why is it, your lordship? Sentimentality? Revenge? Cold calculation? Do not finish her off yourself. Send word when you have tired of her. My acolytes will be only eager to learn of her secrets. I've looked into the eyes of death, and the creature is far more dangerous than you, monkey. Right? Do not try to frighten me. One of your acolytes, Emelina, accused you of cooperating with the Xenos. I would remind you that particularities of the Inquisition work lie far beyond the rogue trader's purview, but given the circumstances, yes, Lady Acolyte Lichtenhardt's words were true. There has been several years since I established contact with the Drukhari. They informed me of the upcoming raids, and I thwarted them. I kept the Expanse safe while the Xenos were absorbing their internal squabbles, which of little interest to me. Strictly speaking, one might regard my action in this situation as unorthodox at the very least. In reality, however, they are undoubtedly beneficial. Acolyte Lichtenhardt has demonstrated her inability to surmount the bounds of convention, and she had been in my position. The Expanse would have likely already been fallen under the blows of the present crisis. Fortunately for you, she is not, and the Drukhari drained their power struggles, bereft of the best raiders. Do nothing more than run for my fleets. Your lordship, I hope it goes out without saying that I would appreciate you not spreading dangerous and misleading rumors going forward, and keeping the content of the conversation private. Given the current state of affairs, I would have treated such actions as subversive, so I thank you in advance for your considerate silence. What was the dispute between you and Kalagos? The lordship deemed it more important to show off his stubbornness than to safeguard the interest of the Expanse. Stupidity of most burdensome kind. But my sources inform me that he has nevertheless joined my efforts against the Xenos, so I have decided to stay his sanctions and times. Oh, whoops. Why do you think you act that way? His lordship has long displayed a susceptibility to corrupting ideas. His loss of interest in managing his protectorate and his appetite for violence drew my notice some time ago. The only question that remains unanswered is how many agents of the archenemy have infiltrated his entourage. Calicos is dead. Earlier than I planned, but it is all good. On behalf of the Inquisition, I hereby inform you that your actions will not be considered as an attack on the privileges of a rogue trader. Are you aware of the changes Incendia had wrought on Footfall? Naturally, her ladyship has done me an invaluable service by taking care of a task instilling order to the station, though her style of leadership seemed unnecessary, brutal to me. On the whole, her actions have not exceeded the bounds I set. I put an end to her dictatorship. As I understand, that was a private confrontation between two rogue traders, yes? As such, I hope your house will reach reconciliation with her ladyship's heir. You have not hindered my plans. Lady Incendia's purged Footfall sufficiently, and I had not distracted by pacify it. What for me? Brochure, if you please. There we go. To my chagrin, the ability to be in two places at once does not number among my talents. That is why I wish for you to serve in my stead. Place trust in very few people, you understand, who feel what it is to walk in my shoes and attempt to compel a gaggle of quarrelsome blockheads to work together. You'll reconquer Euphrates too for me. Brochure, another recap. This one is gone. Cool. Oh, I was going to say something. I'm out of there. Or maybe not. Recognize the name Calcazar has just uttered. You will reconquer Euphrates too for me. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor has done away with the pretense and politeness now. His orders no longer come with even the veneer of a request. Is he your valet or another Inquisition assassin? Why can't both be true? Portia is a member of my retinue for 50 Terran years, and the person in my entourage who comes closest to being my confidant. We've had cause to be involved with many incidents whose reports have since been marked with the seal of silence. What can you tell me about Euphrates? The sacred world of the Adeptus Mechanicus, off limits to lay people. I'm one of the few who do not worship the Messiah, and I had to have set foot on the surface. Or rather, I was. Now it's crawling with unbelievers, and despicable word-bearers attacked and captured Euphrates too, and the cult of the Final Dawn brought the entire horde of heretics on them. Registering the Sanctity Alpha priority mission, the Scourge corrupt misbelievers, reigning over the blessed workshops filled the Amasai's faith and anguish, activating auto asceticism protocol. I offer prayer of liberation for the sacred. I sent my troops to aid the explorator forces lay siege to the world, but a rift occurred among the commanders, and they need an authoritative general. You were perfect for the role. My confidence is not misplaced, I trust. What do they want with Euphrates? Reasons of their machinations would be purely speculation at this point. Bring me a prisoner to interrogate, and then perhaps we can gain much needed insight. What matters first brought you to Euphrates out of interest? Oh, wrong one. What did I ask? Word-bearers... Oh, here. Word-bearers went themselves. They just didn't send their puppets. Clearly, the stakes were too high enough. Uralon the Cruel has stirred a profane self to make a personal appearance on Euphrates too. Do not vote for your incidentally is also there. I hear you have unfinished business. Him and I generously leave it to you. When you're finished with him, you may simply dispose of his mortal remains. No need to surrender them to the Inquisition for request. Consider it my gift. Okay, what matters first brought you there? Utterly transparent attempt to learn the secret intelligence. Offer you may... General, try to pump me for information. Poorly done. I tried. What forces do we have in place? What is this rift that occurred between the commanders? Explorator Fleet Divine Cognizance 7821 recalled its most combat-ready units to retake the world. They're supported by my most powerful strike fleet and a group of deadlier allies. I dispatched a pack of space wolves to hunt down the transgressors. Fortunately, the leaders have failed to find a common language and esteem Thoribald at its odds. The conclave of the Mechanicus Battle Congregation and the Amasai's servants find Theobald's strident nature off-putting, and neither group is fond of militant Sibylic. Commands my forces. We're not fond, to be precise. The esteemed militant perished along with his ship a week ago when its noble allies failed to support this offense. How did you manage to enlist the Angels of the Emperor? I must remind you that I'm still Lord Inquisitor of the Coronis Expanse, not merely some... What do you always say, Felcher? Some grox bothering prick. If a certain rogue trader at times allows themselves to speak to me in an overly willful manner, that should not give you cause to doubt my authority. Alright, situation clear. You'll be given the details when you arrive in orbit around Euphrates 2. Alright. To whom else would I entrust the mission? No need to feign ignorance. Both know the shortcomings of the other candidates for this position. Well, they're dead, so it's a pretty big shortcoming. At present in the Expanse, there are two people with a perspective and ready at hand required to control the situation. They are both standing in this room. So if you will dispense with the humble rogue trader act and win this war for me. I have to decline? What? I have to decline it. I must decline? But it's not a request, it is a command. And I'm far past the point of humoring your pride and vanity. This document attests to the extraordinary powers you have at your disposal. I'm counting on your success.
Is there money to be made?
I don't know. You guys seem pretty cheap.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Docks. All right, so take a look first. Emperor's Palm is where we gotta go. Emperor's Palm. Way over here. Okay. Yeah, there's no mapping to there, so we'll go here. I can chart course deadly. Actually, I can go from over here. Actually, let's go back over. Yeah, so we're gonna go this way. Okay, so we're gonna make this unsafe. Travel. In the middle of the warp jump, the sectors indicated approaching void ships similar to our size, but a greater tonnage. An unidentified vessel did not respond to the hails, kept its course, approaching at high speed. Avoid. Plan maneuver was complete without casualties and damage. Identified vessel was perhaps a warp barrage passed by, no attempts to follow us. Good. Okay, there's Euphrates. Let's do a save. I don't want to read all that again. Avoid this for now. Oh, one blast steel, that's nothing. Not like I need plasteel. Okay, so let's go over and do this battle. Done a ship battle tonight. Quick save again. We're facing several Eldari scout ships. Xenos are in no hurry to attack, and it seems to have slowed down. One wrong move, carnage will ensue. Oh yeah, give Cassia. Ask your elite to help, but Cassia can say it. Your elite's speech is met with torrent of Eldari abuse that is too much even for your elucidator. The xenos accuse her of betraying her kind and conspiring with the monkey, unceremoniously cut the connection, yet the ships are no longer blocking the way. Awesome. Lord Captain, the United Corps, the Explorators, and the militia forces are ready to attack the heretics who took over Euphrates II. Commanders recognize the Lord's Inquisitor's sanction and agreed to cede to the right of the Supreme Command to you. They ask that you summon the Council of War in order to establish the plan of attack. How should we respond? Summon to the bridge. Consider it done. Notify the commanders. Rocket really slow. Unit Opticon 22 initiating identification greeting, official greeting procedures. Unlocking the option of strategic data exchange. One of your Husk Girls, it's Mykillangelo von Valancius. I am Thorvald Ironhide, and I wish to see the mortal who was granted the honor of leading my pack into battle. You're looking at me. I know the habits of a warrior when I see one. You're no indolent yoki? Good, I give my approval. Hunt the sorry heretics together. You haven't changed, brother Thorvald. You're uppity and brazen about your measure, and you carry yourself and other Drekker like it is your own. Such a breed of leadership, Ulfar. Stand out. 'Tis you, ever lost. Can't find his way when the sun is right over your head. Opticon 22, how did you go from overseeing logistics to commanding armies? This command was executed following the death the ship's teeth of the Wraithbearer. The fleet's war conclave operating aboard the vessel, Unit Opticon 22, received premature rank promotion to Magos Dominus based on his extensive catalog of recorded combat engagements. Your servers benefit from the updated protocols that were bestowed upon you and the new analytical data that are trusted by your sedation. Man, may the Omnissiah guide this unit from his mission of service to him. Okay, let's commence. What good is another war council with a cog priest who knows not the joys of battle, who cuts off his parts and replaces them with augments to please his all-knowing master? Will propose again a cowardly plan unworthy of a warrior, accustomed of his brethren. Registering a show of impertinence in regards to the military craft of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Are you having another fight, gentlemen? How predictable. Thank you for not starting without me. Acolyte Ishara, dispatched by the Lord Inquisitor to facilitate the operations on Euphrates II. My privileges on this war council are those of an advisor. Can I help notice the furrow that forms in the interrogator's forehead at the sight of his colleague? So, should we begin our war council, or should we wait for another heretic to corrupt this planet completely? Why are you here? Lord Inquisitor entrusted me with a task of forging an alliance between the assembled fleet and the forces of Cognizant's fleet. Once this task is completed, I am to act as an observer and a special operative. What are your responsibilities? That I'm afraid Lord Inquisitor did not give me the authority to elaborate on this matter. There is no surprise in my heart. The Inquisition is, and always, too ashamed of its dark deeds to reveal them in honorable fighters. Makes a show of spitting on the floor. Why did he choose you? I happen to have some experience with a large-scale bloodshed, Rogue Trader. That, I never failed to deliver results. What troops can you spare to reinforce our army? The military forces have already been transferred to Opticon 22. All I have left under my command is a tactical unit expressly instructed to carry out the Lord Inquisitor's special assignment. Okay, well, I see. It's about time to move to discussing and how we intend to kill the heretics. I need a complete report on the situation of the front. Euphrates 2 is a forge world. Manufacturums, extractums take up most of the surface. Upon corrupting them, the heretics enhance their ranks, possess mechanisms, and defective Skitari protocols were disfigured with indoctrinating scrap. Our forces have secured minor footholds on the surface and are unable to deliver the effective blow to the headquarters of the profaners of the Machine Cathedral, the heart of the Manufacturum Sigma S13. According to the available data, the current location of the arch heretic, the Dark Apostle Bland, we may outnumber the enemy, but ours is a poor warband. All it has is its steel carols, the Omnissiah, scantily trained serfs from across the expanse. While our foes in this detestable but nevertheless deadly putrid-hearted traders of the world of the world bearers, their vessel protects the Machine Cathedral from orbit. Alright, Thorvald, what would you do if you were in command? I would rain down vengeful skies upon the enemy. I would plow through the land of Euphrates with shells, shatter their defenses, level the fortified towers, throw their host into disarray, and then in a whirlwind of fury I would lead my glorious pack to pave the path of blood for Cog Carellus. Opticon, what would you do? Our strategic analysis points towards a full-scale offensive at the optimal course of action. The loss among the troops be numerous, but will not exceed the acceptable parameters. Replenishing such losses would be arduous, less than restoring the damage that may otherwise come from the manufacturers. Why are you still not commencing an planetary assault? There is a conflict, categorical lack of understanding the imperatives of this operation within our chain of command. Unit Thorvald Ironhide is in favor of a strategy of mass destruction, which would constitute an unacceptable violation of the rights of operation. Every square meter of the manufacturums is sacred. Which is why the Cog priests are so intent on hindering and sabotaging our assault by refusing us forces in landing Drekars. But Thorvald Ironhide won't fight on the terms of priests. If my battle plan is rejected, the Omnissiah servants can retake the planet themselves. Maybe they think their lives mean nothing compared to the precious cathedrals, but the wolves knows what life is worth. Opticon 22, I must say the curiosity is piqued. The explorators are hiding something on the planet, something that you refuse to show to anyone, and are now loath to destroy it. What is it? Request denied. The Omnissiah's procedures conducted on Euphrates 2 are to remain undiscovered according to the vow of preservation of the hallowed from the name. This is why on Fenris we have the priests follow the warriors and not the other way around. Priests never think about the battle ahead, only their tenets and taboos. But a wolf must think only of battle and his enemy's death, not to persevere in the cathedrals or counting the trophies that await him. Alright. Choose your strategy wisely. It's not every day you heed the advice of a seasoned warrior, once chosen by the Allfather himself to bring death. You don't get along, do you? You read hearts like they're inscribed with runes. 'Tis true, my brothers, I grow tired of this cog priest and his naysay. For whatever reason, he thinks himself our lord. I concur with the statement, given that the military action takes place in the world devoted to the machine god. Unit Opticon 22 insists that its privileged status is in the matter of strategy selection. Man, that's terrible. That's terrible. Try this one. 39%. Answer me this, Thorvald. If Opticon 22 were to come to Fenris and start ordering you around, what would you do? Oh my god, it succeeded. I would like to see him try. Fine, I hear you. But no one will accuse Thorvald I of disrespecting the masters of the house where they arrived as a guest. You hear no more arguing from me, only silence. I will kill the heretics in the manner chosen by the esteemed Cog Priest. Alright, so the plan. First step's obvious. We'll eliminate the machine cathedral's orbital support. But with the planetary assault strategy, we'll choose the following destruction of the Void Fleet. Send all forces, even if it means sustaining heavy losses. Guard enemy's positions and advance cautiously. We must conserve our troops. I don't need to raise everything. We'll begin bombarding the enemy's positions, then advance cautiously. I like that one. Your plan bores me. This is not a Space Wolves way of war. With such cowardly strategies, we're limited to Amanasaya's cog rails, so you have my approval. A pack will do all that is asked of it. I'll stand at the vanguard of the assault. Until we meet the battlefield, Mykillangelo, and as you say, the same for you, before ever lost. It's a pity your pack will not share the same glories victories as mine. That boastful Grizov talks too much about my pack. He knows where my brothers are. I can smell it. Before we dive into the carnage, summon him to your ship and let me question him. Wish to hear what he knows while he still hasn't lost his blathering tongue to the heretics. Strategy confirmed as optimal. Updating Sakari tactical program, transmitting unit's general blessing of offensive action. Lord and Chris will be delighted at the news of the semblance of order and the established command. Good luck, Rogue Trader. Oh, I was supposed to talk to Ulfar. I don't know if I want to bring him in anything, because if it's his quest, I got Garhi. He has nothing. He has nothing. I can't give him anything because I don't have any gear for him. Alright. Bar, where are you at? You're huge, so it's not like it should be easily missed. You're down here. Way up front? There you are.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
Why do you wish to meet with Thorvald?
If anyone knows where my pack brothers are now, he does. But it is not right to speak of such things within others' hearing. That is why I thought it better to keep silent at the War Council.
Why do you call me Atvader?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Edfatter answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Edfatter.
Thank you for the honor.
Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank.